Hello, everybody. It's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here for another Think Tank Thursday. How are you today, my friends? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday evening or afternoon or Friday morning, depending on where you're viewing from. I hope that you guys are looking forward to doing some think tanking today because I am ready, my friends. Hello, Estrada. How are you? I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, so as you're coming in, if you would say hello and let me know that you're here. And this way I'm able to see where everybody is coming in from and see who all is here. So, how's everything in your neck of the woods, darling? Are you doing well today? Okay, I am going to go ahead and give us just a minute to let some folks come in. I think we're good in all of the places. So I'm seeing that comments are coming in from YouTube, so that's good. And yeah, so okay. Well, friends, I have something a little bit different for you this evening. I actually have three projects that we're going to do. All three of them are fairly simple, so we're not worried too much about it taking a really, really long time. Not like it would be if we were doing a really detailed project. So these are going to be quick and simple projects. And we're actually going to be using some card sketches from the Stampin' Up! Catalog. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hi, Miss Sherry. How are you, darling? Estrada's tuning in from Arizona. Oh, friend, how is the heat over there? Are you guys okay? It is absolutely disgustingly hot out here today. I thought that we were finally going to get a little bit of fall weather, and Mother Nature said, nope, not yet, not today. And it shot back up there. So I am desperately, desperately looking for fall weather. Oh my goodness. All right. I am going to go ahead and turn the camera around here. So let me just do this here. Okay, so yep, and I'm seeing some more folks are coming in as well. Feel free to say hello, please do, and comment down below and let us know where you're tuning in from and that you're here. I'm seeing people, wait, there it is. I'm seeing people are here and not as many people are commenting yet. So I hope that you will tune in and say hello. And if you've never been to Think Tank Thursday before I switch the cameras around, let me give you just a quick little tidbit about how we do Think Tank Thursday. I come on live on Facebook and YouTube, and I have a very general idea of what we're going to be doing in the scheme of, okay, I know we're going to maybe make a card, and I know that we're maybe going to use this stamp and die bundle or this suite of products or whatever. And then you guys interact with me and we design our projects together. Super awesome, so much fun. And I will ask you questions of this or that kind of thing. And you're going to comment in the comments, and majority rules here. So if everybody starts commenting at the same time, then the majority rules. If we have one person commenting and then we don't have a comment for a minute, of course that person is the one who gets to decide what we're doing. So everybody get close to your keyboards, get ready to start typing in, and let's get started, okay? Strata says we are surviving, thankfully. Oh, friend, I'm telling you what, it is just bleh, so hot and icky. Oh my goodness. Okay. So most of you have probably seen the Stampin' Up! Catalog. And you know what? It's absolutely beautiful cover. I really love it. But I wonder if you noticed that on page 22, there are these little card sketches. Okay. And what's really cute about these, and I wish that I could show you the inside of the holiday catalog. I just got it the other day and it hasn't released yet, so I'm not allowed to show the inside of it. But it is so cute, and it's going to be a lot of fun. There are some really cool stuff in there. I can't wait to play with it. And actually, I have a little sneak peek of something to share with you. So don't go away when we're done with our projects, because I'm going to show you a couple of Stamp and Die bundles. And I'm going to show you a project that I made with it today with the help of my friend Sherry. So it's a lot of fun. It is a beautiful project, and I can't wait to share it with you. You're going to love it. So the reason why I had mentioned the holiday catalog is because I noticed that it also has some sketches in it. It has some card sketches and tag sketches for like Christmas tags, and so many cool ideas. Look at that. So cool. So if you don't know how to use a card sketch, well, you're going to find out this evening, because we are going to be using card sketches. I have, excuse me, I have this printed out copy that actually has all of those card sketches blown up bigger, because, you know, I can't see those tiny little pictures. But these are so much more handy because I can see them much better. And I'm hearing the weirdest sound outside. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but every time I stop talking for a hot second, I hear this squeal noise outside. I don't know. Sorry. Anyway, squirrel. Okay, so we're going to make 3 projects from the sketches, and I already have pieces cut. So I wanted to kind of make it so that we could move along fairly quickly, even though these are simple and easy projects. You know, like something like this one where there's all these little pieces to cut, and this one too. It might get kind of time consuming if I were to cut all of that on the video, right? So we are actually going to do this sketch and this sketch. And then, what's the other one? There's one more. Oh, and the sketch. So this one is going to be interesting because I'm not really sure how I feel about it. So I'm hoping that you guys will be ready and able to help come up with some fun ideas to make this one even better. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this first one here. And I hope that you guys are okay with using Latte Love again this week. I happen to have the Latte Love bundle and all my cardstocks and inks and everything else out on my workstation, because I'm cutting kits for the Latte Love Stamp Camp that are getting ready to go out on Monday. Okay, so I've got all this stuff out, and instead of cleaning everything up and switching gears and finding something else to play with, I thought it would be fine to go ahead and use the Latte Love bundle, because I know how much you guys love this suite. I do too, and I've already got all the stuff out here, right? So this is the suite that we're going to use. And let me set that aside for just a minute. And I will bring in the first card. Okay, so we have we have a 4 1/4 by 11-inch piece of cardstock. Let me see if I can make that. There we go. Maybe that's a bit better. Holy cow. It was really, really close, wasn't it? Okay, so there we go. We've got 4 1/4 by 11-inch cardstock scored at 5.5 inches. And this is crumb cake cardstock. So I'm going to burnish that score line right there. I have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 inch basic white cardstock that I figured would go on the inside. You know, we always want to decorate the insides just a little bit. So no naked insides and no naked envelopes, right? Okay, so we have that piece there. And then I have 10 strips of the Designer Series paper. And this is just an assortment of the different papers. And of course, it's double-sided. We love that. We can make a lot of different options and choices with the double-sided paper. And these are, I believe they're 3.5. I started with one measurement and then I trimmed it down. Yeah, 3.5 inches by 1/2 inch. And there are 10 of them. So, let me grab my pieces here. Let me bring this in. Okay, this is the card that we're doing. All right, so we've got all these little strips and pieces. And we'll just lay them out. And I'll rearrange them a little better here in a second. I just want to make sure that that one's like that. So we'll do that one. And then this one like that and like that. Okay. All right. So we've got these 10 little strips here. And we're going to layer them out. I don't know what that sound is, folks, but it is right outside the window. And I don't know if it's a bird that the cat has gotten a hold of or just a bird that's being obnoxious sitting on a rail. I don't know, but it's just a squeaky noise. I'm so sorry. Oh, dear me. Okay. And then I'm going to just kind of stagger them a little bit and, you know, kind of back and forth a little. They've got theirs pretty close, and I think I'll have to do that when I laid them out earlier. They've got to be right next to each other. So let me just do that. And there, I just want to get them out here, you know. Okay, there's that one, and this one, and then this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue these down. It was so crazy, that noise. I'm so sorry. Weird. Y'all know I can't focus on a good day, let alone when something's screeching out the window. Awful. Whatever it is. I don't know, but okay, here we go. All right, so we're just putting them right next to each other and literally just kind of zigzagging them back and forth, just spreading them out a little bit over the card front. And, you know, this is a great way to use up our scraps. I don't know about you, but I have tons of scraps, and I save all the tiny little scraps. Do you know what I mean? Like, I save all of them. Come here, you. I save all of them. It's awful. I can't let them go because they're so pretty. Hi, Miss Shannon. How are you from Southern California? Thanks so much for tuning in. So glad that you're here. I'm just putting down some strips of cardstock on the front of a card base. And these strips are 3.5 inches by 1/2 inch strips. And I've got 10 of them here, and they're going to basically just make a front section for our cards. So let's see, that one will go here now. I love this technique because I get to use and see all of the different patterns in our designer series paper. And that's always fun because Stampin' Up's paper is so pretty. And I love that it coordinates so well with all of their other products. So their cardstock. Hi, Miss Bonnie. How are you, love? This particular color is called Calypso Coral. And I can get Calypso Coral cardstock and it matches perfectly. If we had Calypso Coral ribbon, I could bring that out and it would match perfectly. The ink matches perfectly. I just love that about Stampin' Up. I love that they have all of these gorgeous colors and that they coordinate so well with all of their things. It's just fabulous. Okay. Miss Bonnie, I'm hearing some kind of a squeaky noise outside my door, and it is distracting me. It's distracting me in the worst kind of way. Okay, let me do this. And I don't know what it is. It's some kind of a little animal. I'm just hoping that it's not one in dire straits because we have a barn kitty that is pretty good at what she does, unfortunately, for all of the wildlife outside. I'm hoping it's just a mouthy little bird outside. Oh, I didn't mean to do that side. That's okay. Okay. Yeah, literally it takes nothing to distract me. It takes no time at all. It takes no time at all. Hey, Miss Debbie, how are you, darling? I'm so happy you're here. Welcome, welcome. All right. So now that I have these on here, and I'm not going to worry about it being a little bit shorter on this end than it is on this end. I'm not going to worry about that because I'm going to be putting this little element here, and it's going to bring everything down just a little bit anyway. So we have our first choice here. So I need to know, are we team coral or are we team lagoon? Pink or blue? And we're going to put that right there. Okay. So I'll just set that kind of like that. Are we team pink or blue? Let me know in the comments, pink or blue. Friends, that is our first choice. Let me go ahead and keep that where we can see it. Okay. Pink or blue, friends? Pink or blue? All right. Bonnie says lagoon. Debbie says pink. Okay. Somebody give me a tiebreaker. Pink or blue? Pink or blue? Pink. Okay. All right, then. Now we have immediately another question. Okay. For these circles, these are from the Stylish Shapes dies. I love that they have the little stitching around them. You can see there. It's so cool. What we need to decide is, do we want a brown circle under our pink cup? Or do we want a blue circle under our pink cup? Okay. Brown circle or blue circle? It is the heart, Debbie. It is so stinking cute. Okay. Brown circle or blue circle? While you're deciding, I'm going to get a sip of water. Okay, it looks like the Browns are winning. Oh, now listen. Brown, blue, brown, blue. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I saw two browns before I saw two blues. So I'm going to do the brown background. And I'm going to go ahead and pop up the cup because I feel like that's going to kind of separate it out just a little bit. Bonnie says, whatever. Don't be salty. Y'all, Bonnie is my fabulous, fabulous friend here, local to us. She doesn't live too far away, and she is an absolutely spectacular floral designer. She makes gorgeous bouquets that would make anyone jealous. They are so pretty. So she can be a little salty if she wants to be. Haha, mom says brown too, so that's 3 against 2 anyway. Okay, I've got dimensionals. Whoops, I've got dimensionals on the back of my cup. Salty caramel. Yes. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. All right, I'm going to put it on the little brown circle there. And then because the card base is really simple, now for those of you who know me pretty well, you know that I'm not typically a simple stamping kind of girl. It's actually really difficult for me to do super simple projects. So I'm trying to get myself out of my own comfort zone as well. But that being said, if it's going to be simple, it's going to have dimension. Am I right? So we're going to go ahead and pop up that circle as well, because I'm going to throw it around first though, because we need some dimension, and so we're going to do that. Okay, I'm not going to tack it down just yet because now we have the card itself, and you can see it looks very much like our sketch. So with regard to the sketches, you kind of guesstimate the measurements on here based on the way that it looks. In this particular case, we know that a card base is right about 4 1/4 by 5 inches, right? And in this one, actually, I didn't even pay attention that it has a line around it. So it's got a matted layer there that I didn't even do on here. So shame on me. And actually, you know what? No, don't do it. Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Watch me go. Watch me go. Okay, I'm going to fix that little bit of an overage problem there. Sherry is probably laughing, going, I knew she couldn't let it go. I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 5 1/2. No, 5 1/4. I'm sorry. 5 1/4. And look at that. Magically, it is all but centered. And then, because I want to cut a 1/4 inch off of this, I'm going to cut 1/8 of an inch off of this side and 1/8 of an inch off of the other, because those were actually centered pretty well. So here we go. All right. And then I guess, you know what? I bet you were laughing, Sherry. I bet you were laughing. I can hear your little cackle in the background. Okay, let's decide what card base we want. We can actually do a card base in whatever color. I think we should do the card base in either the lagoon or the pecan. So we have our next question. Let me grab the paper. Okay. We have lagoon. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Or we have pecan. So let me just burnish my lines. What did I do with my trimmer? Oh my goodness, here it is. Okay, these card bases are 5.5 by 4 1/4, so, or 8.5. Oh my goodness. They're 5.5 by 4 1/4 once they're folded. They're 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, and that's that one. And then this one is the same. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Here we go. Okay. Goodness gracious. I knew I wasn't going to let that go either. I knew that I wasn't going to let that go. All right. There we go. Okay. So we have lagoon and pecan. And this is what the lagoon will look like. Super stinking cute. And this is what the pecan will look like. Also super stinking cute. So I need to know, lagoon or pecan, what color are we going to do our card base? And while you guys are deciding, I'm going to go ahead and take the other piece of that crumb cake and cut it down to make a layer, matting layer for that one. Okay. All right. I am seeing 2 lagoons. Very good. Okay. All right. Everybody is on par with this one, it looks like. Okay. Let me just trim that. I'm trimming this down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 because that is what I consider a narrow layer. I'll show you a narrow layer, a narrow border layer rather. I'm sorry, a narrow border layer. And then I'll put this, which is 4 by 5 1/4 right there. So you'll just see a tiny little edge. And actually I could even cut this down just a tiny little bit. Let's cut this down maybe 1/8 of an inch just to give us a little better of a crumb cake border. I'm going to have all these little skinny strips and have to figure out what to do with them next. Stay tuned for more. Okay, there we go. All right. Now then, I've got a little bit more of a border with the crumb cake and it looks really nice. And then it fits beautifully inside the card. So I think that's a good idea. Okay, everybody has agreed on the lagoon, and that is wonderful because I was thinking the lagoon looked really pretty. Okay, let me do that. Okay, which way is up? There we go. Okay, and then this piece right here. Now, something that is not on the sketch, but I can't let it go because, you know, like I said, simple is really difficult for me sometimes. I'm going to tie a little bow with the linen thread. Okay. And give me a glue dot, please. These stinking reverse glue dots are something else, but I'm too lazy to unroll the whole thing and re-roll it because that's just too much work. All right. Instead, I'll just complain about it and you'll just ignore me, okay? All right. So I'm going to put just a little something of a bow right there, okay? Hang tight now, bow. Hang tight, hang tight. There we go. Okay, super cute. And then in addition to that, of course, we could put a couple of the little gemstones here, whatever you want to call them, the adhesive back swirl dots. I don't know if we're going to, but let's take a look and see. Actually, I really like that dark one. Let me open another package here. Like I said, I've got all the stuff for the Latte Love Suite right here so that I can do that. Okay, and I'm gonna add a little Defy Gravity right there. I think that's cute. Okay, so there is a little bit spruced up from the very simple card sketch. You can see that, I mean, I did the sketch just how it showed with a little bit of a front layer here. We've got the little strips and then the circle, the focal image right here. I've put the little coffee cup on there, a bow, and a couple of little dots. Bang, bang, it is good. Okay, now for the inside and the envelope, because no naked envelopes and no naked insides, or no naked insides and no naked envelopes, whatever, same difference. We're going to put this one inside here. Okay. And then you have a choice to make. All right. We have this or this or this. And hold on, let me set it off to the side. Yeah. Or yeah. Okay. Hearts, coffee swirls, cups. That's a little too busy. Me. How about we do this? How about we get rid of the hearts too and we go with those two? So are we doing coffee stains or are we doing coral beans on the inside of our card? And it's going to go right here. Okay, so it's just going to be a little strip like that. Okay. So are we doing the rings or the beans? Go ahead and comment down below and let me know. And I'm going to grab my envelopes. Sherry says the coffee beans. Okay. Listen now, paper. Okay. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you, friend? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that off to the side. And I'm going to attach this piece to the inside layer. And I know I'm going to be trimming just a tiny bit off because we trimmed this off just a little bit. And these strips are cut at 4 inches. So let's see here. I think that coral colors is a really pretty color, and it's really striking up against that white. Okay, so we'll just trim that excess off. Okay, come here, you. Okay, this is going to be such a cute card. So cute. So cute, so cute. Okay, look at that. Isn't that adorable? All right, very, very cute. Now, what are we going to do for the envelope since we didn't stamp anything? In fact, we haven't stamped a single thing on this card. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. You don't actually need the stamp set for this particular card at all. But, of course, you're going to want it because, I mean, hello, it's very cute. The Latte Love, look at all that. Super stinking cute. We could do some stamping if we wanted to. Certainly, we could lift this and put some little splatters. We could put some of those coffee stains along there. We could do a lot of really cool stuff if we want to. And I probably will on the front of the envelope because for my envelopes, generally speaking, I like to do something on the flap and I like to do something down here on the front. For the flap, I am going to mimic the inside of the card and I'm going to cut a piece of this designer paper so that it matches the inside. Okay, and I think had to remember if it was 2 or 2 1/4. It is indeed 2 1/4 by 6 inches, approximately, is what will give you enough for a Stampin' Up! Envelope flap. Okay, nope, I'm hoping not to let my trimmer get away from me. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of my liquid glue and very lightly go over the whole envelope. With my glue. Okay, and then I'm going to line this up right there. Fold my envelope back over so I can make sure that my paper is all the way to the edge. Give it a really nice burnish right there, and then open it up and rub it on really, really good. Now you want to make sure if you are going to be doing this kind of a thing where you're putting paper on an envelope or gluing anything to your envelope, really, if I were going to put one of these coffee cups, for example, I could put that on the front of the card or the flap, but you really want to make sure you glue all around it and make sure that nothing is sticking up at all that could catch on the meters or the little conveyor thingy, because the postal workers don't like you very much and your card gets to its destination all grunged up and it's just not a good look. So you know, we just want to make sure that we've got it glued all the way to the edges and that there's nothing for it to lift from. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're decorating your envelopes. You just want to make sure that they don't stick on anything. There we go. And then that part is done. All right, now I feel like I got a little bit of sticky right there. If you don't have one of these sticky erasers, oh my goodness, friend, go grab one. I found this one. Actually, I've had this one for a very long time. I've had it so long, it's hard. I mean, it still works, but I found some of these at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, and friend, that's a pretty good price. So, okay, now that I have this, and I don't think that I want to put the coffee cup just because, you know, this one is enough, and I think that'll be fine. I think that I'm going to bring out the stamp set, and I'm going to grab the coffee stains here and the little coffee splatter, and I'm going to put it right there on the front, okay? So let me just grab that one and that one, and some blocks, please. There we go. And pecan pie ink, I think, is what we want to do. There we go. Tap, 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 not smush, smush, smush. And a little dot with the coffee stain and some splatter. And I think that looks pretty darn cute. All right, there is card number 1. Super fun, absolutely stinking adorable. I love it. Thank you all so much for your help. Estrada, yes, it is indeed a super stinking cute stamp set. And if you have a die cutting machine, like a Sizzix Big Shot or something like that, Stampin' Up! Has their Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, which is a similar product. It will die cut all of these little elements out. And some of them die cut the images. So like this coffee cup and this one, you can see right here, the circle one and that one. So anyway, it's a lot of fun, really cute stuff. And then of course you can get the little coffee carafe and the French press and all that stuff die cut as well. So it does have a lot of really fun things to it. Hey, Miss Dawn, how are you, darling? All right, so card number 1 is done. Let's move on to card number 2 and card number 3. Let me see here. All right, card number 2 is this one right next to the other one. So we'll go ahead and do that one. I'm saving that other one for last, okay? All right, this one is a pecan pie card base. So it is the 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So it gives us that nice A2 size card base. I have a 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 inch piece of petal pink cardstock to go on the inside, and then a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 inch basic white cardstock to go on the inside as well for our sentiment area. And then I have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 inch petal pink for the front of the card. And this time I did notice that it had a layer, you know, just saying. Okay, so I have that. I've got this piece here. And then I have a piece of pecan pie, which is, how big is this one? It's 3.5 by 4 3/4. So it's just a little bit smaller, about a 1/2 inch all the way around for our front layer. And then I've cut some little pieces of that designer series paper, and there are 9 of them. And they are 1 inch by 1 3/8 of an inch. So they're really small, but they're super cute. They are super, super stinking cute. Okay, so I have all the pieces. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach. I'm going to go ahead and attach the petal pink layer to the front. Okay. And I'm going to wait on this because I think we might want to pop it up, you know? We'll see. All right. while I'm laying these pieces out, I want you to take a look at the sentiments on the stamp set. Okay? Hello there. Let's catch up. And thanks so much. All right. Thanks so much actually will fit on a 1/2 inch strip like this shows, but we can modify our sketch just a little bit and we can do the bigger hello there stamp. So while I'm arranging the little blocks, let me know in the comments, are we doing hello or are we doing thanks? Okay, so you guys decide if we're doing a thank you card or we're doing a hello card. And I'm going to go ahead and be doing this while you're doing that. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll work. Sherry says, thanks so much. Okay. All right. Now then, I'm going to do my darndest to make sure that these are relatively straight and even. And this is going to be our fun challenge for the evening because there are a lot of little pieces. So I do a 12 by 12 sampler class the second Saturday of each month. And a lot of times there are different sections that have to be lined up, right? And over the course of the 12 by 12, all of these sections have to look like they belong together. And it's one thing when they're all scattered and none of them are even, but it's another thing altogether when they all fit into a square shape within the 12 by 12, right? So there may be some 2 by 3 pieces, some 4 by 6 pieces. So they're not necessarily the same size, but they all have to have the same outer border. And so it's kind of like that. So what I do for that class, and you'll be able to see that I'm going to do it here as well, I'm going to lay out all of my parts and I'm going to put them where I think they need to go. So I'm going to bring this down just a little bit more. And then I'm going to bring all of these down just a little. There we go. Because I want that border to be about the same on both sides. So I'm not worried too much about the top border being the same as the sides, but I do want the top and bottom to be the same and the left and right to be the same-ish, right? Ish. Relative. Okay, I think that's going to be pretty good, right? Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the corner piece and I'm going to start working my way across. I'm going to take the corner piece, I'm going to put it in here, back where it goes, and it's relative to that one in the corner. And then the next piece, come here, friend. Okay. And so again, another little stash buster type card, right? Because we're using up all of these little bits and pieces here. And, you know, you're going to have some 1-inch strips probably if you're doing cards or scrapbook pages or even 3D projects. You're going to have little bits of spare pieces left, right? And these cards are going to be perfect for using that stuff up. So you don't have to feel like you're wasting it and you don't have to save it for too long. You see that you're getting up some of these scraps and you say, ooh, Dana did a card using some 1-inch strips the other day. I'm going to go do that too. All right. Now, as I'm going along, I'm lining up my pieces with the ones that are in place versus the ones that are already tacked down. Okay, so I want this one to line up with the edges here, and I want it to line up with the center section over here. Okay, so I'm lining it up in 2 directions. And it's okay if it gets a little off. I mean, it's a handmade card, and if people are getting their rulers out, oh my goodness. They have no things to do, and they need to find a better hobby. All right, so here we go. And I say, if it's relatively close, then by golly, that's good enough. All right, and this one. Okay. There. All right. And anybody have any cool plans for this weekend? It's still hotter than blazes out, so I don't suppose we'll do a cookout anytime yet. I'm still waiting for the temperatures to drop maybe another 20 degrees or so. Maybe not really 20. Excuse me. Bless me. Okay. And then last one. There we go. Okay, that's pretty darn good. All right, now, like I said, I think that this one should be popped up. I think that would really help it. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it up on some dimensional strips here. I really like the foam adhesive strips because they're actually a bit thicker than standard dimensionals. So they give an even bigger bit of pop-up, which is really cool. Okay, and you can just stick them down there. They come in 2 sheets with a lot of really long strips. You can get a lot of use out of them. Okay, there we go. And then just a little bit for the center. Now, as I had mentioned, these are taller. They're thicker than the standard dimensionals. So you cannot do a border with these and then do regular dimensionals inside here because your center will still sag, and ain't nobody wanting no sagging centers, right? So we're going to use more of these, and I don't want to use a whole lot, so I'm just going to go at a corner, right? Kind of at an angle like that, and that's going to help fill the center. Okay. Sherry says there's a horse show on Friday. Saturday, spending the day with the girls crafting. Yes. Saturday evening at the lodge. Sunday, have plans with friends from Virginia. Monday, going to Collapse. You've got a very busy weekend, girlfriend. Very busy weekend. I will be doing some of that same stuff too. I'll be doing crafting with the girls on Saturday and the lodge Saturday night, and then feel like and Sunday I'm going to I do spin yarn. I spin yarn for a friend of mine that's not too far away from here, and I have some of her fiber that I need to get over to her. I've spun it all into yarn, and now it needs to go back to its home. So I will be doing that and hopefully picking up some more fiber to play with. So that'll be a lot of fun. All right, now look at that. I mean, you can tell how just adding some dimension to the layers really makes all the difference in the world for a simple project versus a little bit stepped up. Now, you could step this up even more, and I think I had thought about it and then forgot, but I have a couple of embossing folders sitting here that I thought maybe we could even have embossed this layer of the petal pink before we attached it to the card. And that would add just a little bit of dimension and texture to the card as well, and zhuzh it up a little bit more. You don't have to, of course. This looks really nice as it is, but you could. Okay, now for the inside, I'm going to put this piece in, and then we're going to come back here and we're going to see what we want to do for this and the rest of the front. Okay, now Sherry had mentioned using the thanks so much stamp, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that one. And it works out well because it fits on that half-inch. It fits on the half-inch strip I've got here, so that's very good. All right. Let me grab my foam mat because I'm using photopolymer stamps. Using a foam mat with the clear stamps just helps you get a really good, crisp image. And even though it's a sentiment, you're still going to get a really nice, clean sentiment. Okay? All right. Q&A time, folks. Get to your keyboards, get your fingers on the buttons, and get ready. All right. Do we want to use early espresso, the dark brown, or do we want to use Lost Lagoon for the thank you sentiment? Brown or blue for the sentiment? Comment down below and let me know, okay? Brown or blue for the sentiment? What do we think, friends? Brown or blue? Sherry says Lost Lagoon. All right. And Miss Debbie says Lost Lagoon. Well done, everybody. All right. I'm going to try to keep my head out of the screen. There we go. And then I'm gonna cut this side a little bit shorter too. And then I'm gonna dovetail the ends. So when I do that, when I make the pennant type banner ends, I like to cut from the center just a little snip. And then I start from the corner and work my way in. Okay, so I go just like so. And then just like so. And that gives me my little banner end. Okay, then on the other side, the same kind of deal. Okay, just like that. And we're good. Okay, now I think that we could zhuzh this up just a little bit as well. Yes, you could certainly leave it just like that, but why? Why do we want to? We don't. Let's see here. Maybe we want to do this. Or maybe we want to make a big bow. When you do the big loopy things, you can tuck it behind the piece like this. Come on. Work with me, sister. There we go. Okay. Or we could do a little bow right there over the top like we did kind of with the other. Or we could do no bow at all. What if we did a couple of loops right here at this side like that? I like that. Okay. Let me bring a bit of adhesive right here. And tack it down like so. Yep, pretty good. Come on, slide a little more. There we go. Okay, now I think we need to pop it up on dimensionals, don't you? Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to put this dimensional right over the top of that ribbon, and that's going to help it out. Okay, and then that one. And we can go there, which is where it shows in the sketch, or we can go down here, or we can go up here. That actually looks really cute too. Okay, so question. Do we want to put the tag or the label in the top center, or do we want to put it to the left? Okay, so decide. To the left or center? Which do you think? Left or center? Left. Hey, Miss Kim, how are you, darling? I didn't see you come in. Hello, hello. All right, I agree. The left side looks super cute. Okay, now let's do the pink ones would be nice. Okay, I'll use one from here. One from here. And one. Oh, this is the part I don't like. Finding a spot for those things to go is crazy. All right, there we go. So now you have this one, okay? Now we've got to do something with the inside though right quick. So what if we did similar to the other card on the inside, we can do either the coffee cups or the plaid. Which do you think? Coffee cups or plaid for the inside strip? Let me know in the comments below. I'm getting quite the mess here. All right. Kim and Sherry say plaid. Very good. I think that is a grand idea. Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. And the inside, just like so. Come on now. There we go. Okay. Very cute. All right. Now, shall we do Shall we do this? The wonderful thing about this stamp set, even though we have the die cuts and the paper, we can die cut the coffee cups, we don't actually have to. We can do a stamped cup, which is so cute. And then we can do our little splotchy things right there. Wait, Mom doesn't like it when we all agree. It makes it too easy on you? Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice at all. I appreciate when you guys actually agree. Oh, that's too funny. You better be nice, Mama, or I won't give you any more coffee candy. Oh, okay. Last decision on this card. Are we doing what is this, a lotus design, or are we doing the heart design for the coffee on the inside? Lotus or heart? Let me know, and I will get my block ready. Both of them are super stinking cute. We doing the lotus or are we doing the heart? Is that what that's even called, a lotus? I'm not sure, but whatever it is, it's a flowery thing. Yeah, the heart is super, super stinking cute, isn't it? Okay, the heart is pretty unanimous. I thought it probably would be. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to put that on my block. And as always, tap, 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 not smush, smush, smush. And we're going to line it up right down inside the cup. There we go. Super stinking cute. Isn't that adorable? I love it. I absolutely love it. So cute. Okay. Card number 2 is done, my friends. Well done. Okay. Card number 2. We have got it. All right. Are you ready for card number 3? Card number 3 is going to be a little bit more of a challenge now. Okay. So I'm really going to need your help with this one. Everybody get close to the keyboard and get ready. All right. So with the card sketches, this one right here is the one that I have left for us to do. All right. And so I'm starting out with Lost Lagoon card base and an early espresso front layer. So this is 4 by 5 1/4, maybe 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Yes, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Sorry about that. I made the border just a little bit smaller on this one. Okay, and then I have a piece of designer series paper that measures 3 1/2 by 5. And that piece is going to go right there in the front. Okay, so far so good, right? We've got that part down. We're good. All right, let me bring this over so you can actually see it. There we go. Okay, here's our template right here, our sketch. All right, now then, here's where the more complicated part comes in. And it shouldn't be, right? It's a very simple sketch. Okay, it really is a simple sketch. That's part of my problem, I think. Okay, I have that white piece for the inside, and I have this strip for the sentiment, okay? And then by the picture, it looks like this size is right. It looks like it would go like that, and then this would go right about there. Yeah? Something to that effect. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't know that I like it. So we'll have to see how you guys feel about it. And I have another piece here that's cut the same way in case we wanted to change up the pattern or whatever. But let's start with embossing this piece, and maybe that will help us come together with something, okay? So you have the exposed brick or distressed tile, okay? Exposed brick or distressed tile. Which background should we do? Exposed brick or the tile? I love both of these embossing folders. They are both absolutely gorgeous. And this is not going to be a wrong answer no matter what, because they are both just amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, Kim says the brick. Okay. Let me set this one aside. I think the brick one will look more like a coffee shop, you know? Okay. Put this in here, and I'm going to line it up with that little black line right there, just so that my bricks are straight, because, you know, nobody wanting a wonky wall. Okay, and then I'm going to put those there, and yep, I agree. Mom knows things. Even though she was mean earlier, she knows things. The brick is very, very nice. Well, they are both absolutely gorgeous, actually. They really and truly are. There we go. That almost was a bad thing. I almost pinched my finger. Okay. Yeah, that brick is really nice. And it just makes all the difference in the world. Okay, so look at that now. So pretty. Okay, and then we have this piece. So far, so good. Yes. Okay, now the real trick comes in. Do we use the smaller squares? And we can use whichever of the two we want. Do we want to use the smaller squares, or do we want to use, let me not use that one. Do we want to use bigger squares and take up more space? Small squares or big squares? What do you think? Told you this one's going to be a little more challenging. There we go. Let me get my machine out of the way here. Big squares. I like the bigger squares. The small ones get lost. Yep. Okay. I agree. I love this. You guys are in chorus again. Okay. Very good. Yay! All right. I'm going to put the little squares away. And before we get into too much of things, let's see if we can find a place to pop this baby up. We can either do that direct and that popped up, or we could pop up the squares and the sentiment. Okay, so while I'm gluing on the embossed piece, tell me, are we popping up the whole front section, or are we popping up the squares and sentiment? Okay, so popping up the whole front or the squares and sentiment? We've got that. Okay. If I put this piece down directly and then pop up the squares, it would look something like this. Or do we do the whole thing like that? Squares and sentiment. Okay, I agree, Sherry. Kim says, I love dimensions anyplace. Heck yeah, girl. Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to put this piece down. There. Okay, and then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of the sentiment, or on the back of the squares, so that way I can lay them out. Ooh, not that one. Be on the right side, friend. I did kind of decide for us which squares to use just because these ones seem like the most obvious, but I will let you decide if you want the white on the top or if you want it on the bottom. So tell me, do you want it on the top or do you want the white on the bottom? Okay, you guys decide that while I'm putting the dimensions on here. White on the top or white on the bottom? And there we go. Okay, so are we doing the white on the top? Or are we doing the white on the bottom? Kim says it doesn't matter to her. Okay. I don't know that it really makes too much of a difference, but maybe just a little. There. And here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to do it like this. Yeah, I think so. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Now, I already have the 1/2-inch sentiment strip, and I don't know if let's see. I could do just a tiny bit bigger and do hello there without the rest of it. So let's do that. All right, it'll be just a tiny bit wider than the 1/2 inch strip. Let me see what I've got here. I don't want it to be too wide, but oh, look at that. There we go. There we go. Let's see if that works. Oh, I can put the whole thing on there. How about that? How about that? Hello there, let's catch up. That looks good, doesn't it? All right. There we go. Okay, now early espresso or Lost Lagoon for the sentiment. Early espresso or Lost Lagoon for the sentiment. Let's set this off to the side here, like this. I'll tuck it in. That way you can still see the sketch. There we go. All right, early espresso, Kim says. Okay, very good. And tap, tap, tap. Not smush, mush, mush. Okay, and I'm going to kind of go here just a bit. I'm going to hold it down for just a second to really give it a second to soak into the paper. It's a nice rich color, so we want to let it, and I just stuck my finger in it. I just stuck my finger in it. All right. Okay, now hold on a second. I'm going to have to fix this, otherwise I'll get espresso ink all over everything. Do you know that you can use your Simply Chamois to scrub away, and it's going to leave a stain, but that's fine as long as it doesn't transfer to the white cardstock. All right, there we go. Okay, we set this off to the side, and now here. Okay, so this one here shows, a little bit of a split, and it's a little bit thinner, but we could do it just maybe cut a little off the edges so it's a little bit shorter than the standard there. I think that's pretty cool. What do you think? Let me cut just a little strip off here. And then how much can we cut off the other end? And that's pretty good. Okay, maybe just like 1/8 of an inch more. Okay, I think we can make this look good. You always worry, or I do, when I've got such a simple card sketch like this. I don't generally go by card sketches because they're usually pretty laid back and simple, and I'm just not much of a simple Stampin' Girl. I like the layers and dimension and the bling and the embellishments and all the things that make paper crafting fun. Not enough to be gaudy. I don't want it overpowered with things, but I just am generally not too much of a simple stamper. So, okay. Is this the way I had it? I don't know. Is it? Maybe. Let's go a little more like that and a little more, oops, like that. Okay. And then bring that down just a bit. And then put it right there. How's that? Decision made. Decision made. Ew. Not decision made. Why didn't you tell me it wasn't centered? Ew! In fairness, though, the sample isn't either. Okay, just a little bit. Wiggle it just a little bit. Here we go. There we go. We're good. Okay, just a little bit. There. That's better. Okay, I'm good. We're good. All right. There we go. Okay, now then, we have to be strategic about these dimensionals because either we are popping up over the top of these pieces or we're going directly on top of it and just adding some dimension to the edges. And I think we need to go for gusto and do a second layer of dimensionals. What do you think? So if we're going to do that, then we have to be kind of tricky about where we're putting our dimensionals. Okay. Oh, Sherry, you like that a lot? Wonderful. And all 3 cards are beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm really impressed with them, actually. Simple is just not really my jam, but they seem to have come together really nicely. Thanks to you all. Okay, so now I need to bring this up just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. There we go. Just a little bit. Okay, and then I need to put a little right there. All right, right here on the edge. Is that good? Indeed. Okay. All right. We had to finagle it so that the dimensionals, and I'll show you what I'm doing here before I put it on. Okay, so I have a layer of dimensionals behind these squares, all right? And I have 2 layers of dimensionals on these ones because I've put 1 dimensional here. So this 1 dimensional plus the layer of dimensionals behind the square equals 2 layers of dimension, right? So I want to make sure I'm putting 2 layers of dimension directly onto the card front so that when I put my label on there, it is the same height and it's nice and even, okay? So that's why we do that. Come here, you. Okay. And then I'm going to hold it up, friends, because otherwise with the wonky squares, my title is going to be crazy, and we don't want it to be crazy. We want it to be good. There we go. All right. That's pretty. Okay. Now, of course, I'm not going to leave it alone because why would I? And I'm not sure that I like it centered either. Hold on. You know, sometimes in the design process, you're doing a little reevaluating, and it's okay, right? It's okay. I actually think I kind of like this more towards the edge, but leaving just a little bit, maybe, like that. Or actually, I kind of like it to go a little over. Let me see how that looks. Yeah. How about that? That's better, huh? A little bit higher, maybe. Come on. Okay. That's about as high as we dare go because of our dimensional right there. And then bring it in just a little. Here I go, tinkering with it. Just leave it alone, Dana. Oh my goodness, but I can't decide. I'm trying to decide. Oh, does it look better centered or offset, girls? Help me out here. Help a girl out. I think that right there. I think I should leave it alone. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to tack it down. It's permanent. It's there. I'm putting some pressure. It's done. It's a done deal. Okay, and now I need to put a couple little dimensionals. Like this one's pretty far out there, but this one is hanging off a ledge pretty far. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to snip it in half, and I'm going to layer them together so that I've got my 2 layers of dimension, right? And we're going to do that, and that way I can fit it under this back corner right here so that it doesn't sag, because sadly this side is going to sag if we don't. Okay, so there we go. And right there. Okay, see, that's so much better, and it's held up much better. Okay, we like that. We like that a lot. We're good. Okay, now then, let's not leave things alone. Let's add a little something, something, something here. Okay, we can do either 2 little dots right here, or we can do 3 around. So, are we doing 2 dots on the label? Or are we doing 3 staggered around the card? Somebody tell me. Okay. And while you're deciding, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this design and I'm going to scooch this over here just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. And grab my foam mat. And Sherry says 2 dots together. I think that's probably the best as well. Oh, dear. Okay, Bonnie, you've got to be the tiebreaker because I've got 2 different things here. Are we doing 2 dots together? Super cute right here. Or are we staggering 3 of them around the card? Decide. Help me decide. Okay, and while you're deciding, I know that's a lot of pressure to put on you, Bonnie. All right, I'm going to do this. And Bonnie says 2. Very good. Okay, thank you, darling. I appreciate that. And I just did this for the inside, okay? So I kind of took a cue from the little coffee stains and splatters. Though I'm just saying this person is a very messy coffee drinker. And they probably need a sippy cup because holy cow. All right. Now there. And then we're going to just do the same thing on this side. Right? Okay. All right, now, like I said, friends, don't leave me yet. I know we've been on for a bit, but do not leave me yet because I have things to show you and you're going to want to see. Okay, so I'm putting this piece on the inside and no, I knew it was at the edge, but look at that. It just was enough. Okay, I'll put this piece in here. Like that. And then we're going to put our 2 dots right here. And I think that is just as cute as it could be. Now that is actually very, very cute. Look at that. We turned something super simple that I was really unsure of into a very, very cute card. Well done, everybody. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so again, you can find these card sketches, much smaller scale, in the catalog on page 22. This is actually not my paper. Another demo did this for me. So let me ask her if I can share it with everyone. I'm sure that she will say yes, but I want to check for sure first. But you can find these images on the page 22 of the annual catalog. Okay. All right. So we have card number 3, card number 2, and card number 1. And y'all, those are gorgeous cards. They are absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for helping out with them. So, as I said that I was designing the kits, or not designing, oh my gosh, cutting the kits for the Latte Love Stamp Camp, I have 2 kits left unspoken for. Can you believe that nonsense? So I like to cut even numbers because it helps me with, like cutting card bases and things like that. So I have 2 extra kits. If anyone has not already signed up for the Latte Love Stamp Camp, if you are local to me, it is an in-person gathering on the 24th of this month, which is a Saturday at 1 p.m. However, never fear. If you are local and can't come at that time, or you don't live locally and can't come, or whatever reason you can't come, I have a Facebook group set up, and we are all going to meet up over there as well. And I will have video tutorials and printable PDF tutorials of the projects in the Stamp Camp as well. So you get 8 projects and some designer series paper and a ribbon and embellishments, and 8 projects, like I said, with goodies. Some of the goodies that you're going to get are like coffee flavored candies and latte stuff. And anyway, it's a lot of fun and it's going to be absolutely amazing. So if you haven't already signed up and you would really like to, the class is $55. $66 if you need it shipped to you. That is flat rate shipping and a tracking number and all that good stuff. So just let me know, okay? I only have 2 kits left because registration's already ended. So the 2 extras that I have are the only ones left. I'm not cutting any more kits because, oh my goodness, that's a lot. So just let me know, okay? Shoot me a message, give me a call, send me a text, whatever you need to do to let me know, okay? All right, moving on. Oh, one other thing. Designer series papers that are in the annual catalog are still on sale for 15% off until the end of this month. So if you would like to purchase some of the designer series papers that are in the catalog, you want to do that before the end of the month. If you are local to me and there are designer series papers you would like, but you don't want to put in a big, huge order, get with me in the next couple of days because I'll be putting an order in probably Monday, and I can add it to my order and save you on shipping. Okay, so just let me know. All right, now moving on. I have only a couple of products here that I'm going to share with you this evening. I actually have a handful of other products here. Miss Sherry, who is in the chat with us this evening, is letting me borrow her pre-order stuff from the holiday catalog. Mine will actually be here tomorrow. I was so hoping to have it all here before today, but it's okay. It's okay. I may have to come on and do a live tomorrow for an unboxing and show you all the cool things. But I have these 2 bundles here with me because I want to show you a project that I made today, and Miss Sherry was here helping me out and die cutting stuff for me. And the project actually turned out really cute. I think you guys are going to love it. So I wanted to share these 2 products because these are the 2 bundles that I used to create the project I'm about to show you. All right. So each of these have their own set of dies as well. I used the Let It Snow stamp from this one. And each of the snowflakes pictured here, like that one, this one, and this one over here, all 3 have dies that match inside there. I think it's actually, yeah, it's in here. So I used this bigger detailed die, And we also used these two little dies to create some elements. And then we used the moose, and these dies are in here. We used some of the things from this one too. Super stinking cute. This bundle includes a beautifully sized big circle, which is awesome. And then in case you're looking at this and wondering what is this and what is this, well, I'll tell you, since Sherry and I asked the same question and then we're like, duh. These are gift boxes, and these are the bows or the ribbons that tie around them. And then the bows are right here. Super cute, right? Okay. And then I used the moose for my image. So I'm going to show you what I did, and you're going to love it. There we go. Now you may be saying, what the heck is that? It's a freestanding snow globe. Okay, it stands up on the table or the counter or whatever, and it is a shaker. Those little snowflakes are deciding to be clingy, but they shift, believe it or not. You can kind of see a couple of them moving around. Anyway, it's a little shaker snow globe, and I stamped and colored him. Sherry cut him out, stamped the sentiment, fussy cut that because, you know, we wanted something to fit smaller and tight space. And then look at the beautiful little greenery and the holly berries and leaves. These are also part of the Christmas Friends dies. Okay, super, super cool. All right, so I took pictures step by step as I was going through the process of making this thing. Oh, there, one of them moved. They pick and choose. They pick and choose. Anyway, I took photos of step by step as I was making this. And so I'm going to try to get that uploaded and posted over the weekend. But the products are not available until the first week of September. So if you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you can pre-order the supplies now. But if you are not, you can be. Come and join my team. Sign up for the kit. You get $125 worth of products for only 99 bucks. And you can get all $125 worth of product from the brand new up and coming holiday catalog if you want. What a spectacular deal. So you can certainly do that if you want. And then you can get a hold of the supplies to make this absolutely freaking adorable freestanding snow globe. Okay, so isn't that cute? I absolutely love him. He is adorable. There's a moose on the loose. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see here. Okay, friend. Ooh, get out of my face. All right, so there you go. You can see it. Super cute. He just stands on the counter like that, and it's so stinking cute. Anyway, I hope you guys have had a good time with me this evening. Thank you all so much for coming and playing along. I love Think Tank Thursday, and even though it kind of because I don't already know what the design is going to be or what we're going to create, I love spending time with you guys and just crafting together and playing with the crafty stuff and interacting with you guys. It makes everything so much better to be able to hang out and visit with you all. So thank you so very much for hanging out with me. Miley Grace! Hi, friend! It's my friend, Miley. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. I hope that you have a wonderful day, everybody. And until next time, I will see you